Hello and welcome to Read 100. I am so glad to have you with me for this session of our course, and I have created this little video for you to get comfortable with our online content and our learning platform so that you have somewhat of a good idea of how our course looks and how it functions so that you can dive right into our material. As you can see when you click on our course, the first page that pops up is our announcements section. Feel free to always scroll down and read for new announcements. I will post an updated announcement every Sunday evening reminding you of what is upcoming for the week ahead. And as you peruse the tabs on the left-hand side of our page, the first section you'll want to check out is our syllabus and schedule. You can scroll down to our schedule to see what is upcoming, and as you'll notice, this course is broken down into 8 units that are spread out over 16 weeks. And how this works essentially is that every unit, which covers 2 weeks' time, will have you participate in the My Reading Lab assignments, which are listed right here. So for the first week, you'll introduce yourself on the discussion board and do your first unit from My Reading Lab, which is also called a module. And in the second week, you'll participate in the discussion board that references both The Kite Runner, the novel that we're reading for this course, as well as what you learned in the My Reading Lab online classroom. So each unit is comprised of work first in the My Reading Lab component of the course, and then in the second week of the unit, a section that you read from Kite Runner and discussion questions that apply to the material you've learned in the My Reading Lab unit. So let's take a look a little more closely at what all of that means. If you click on Directions for Course Success underneath Syllabus and Schedule, you will see your course materials that are required. The first, which I already briefly mentioned, is the novel that we're reading. It's called The Kite Runner. And the second is access to My Lab Reading with Pearson eText. And you can do that in 2 different ways. You can register right here with this link and just pay for the product, or you can go to any of your campus bookstores to get your access code. Once you do have your access code in hand, make sure you're using my course ID, which is highlighted right here for you. So once you have your novel and your access to My Lab, you are ready to go. So what do you do once you're ready to go? You will click on this little link right here called Coursework, and you will begin with Unit 1. So as you know from our syllabus and schedule, Unit 1 covers the first 2 weeks of our session. So when you click on Unit 1, you will see the Unit 1 guidelines. You'll follow these steps just right in order. So the first thing you're going to do is introduce yourself on the discussion board, complete your activities and post-tests in the My Lab active reading module, read chapters 1 through 5 in the Kite Runner, and then respond to initial questions in the discussion board by Wednesday of the second week of this unit, and 2 peers by Sunday, the second week of this unit. So how does this work, you might ask? For your first activity in the My Reading Lab section, you'll click right here, and you'll be directed, once you've registered, to your learning path. And the first module you're to complete is called Active Reading. So you'll click on Active Reading, and you will work through all of these activities from top to bottom until you get to the post-test. So you have 2 attempts to take this post-test down here at the bottom. I will keep your highest score, and all of this material right here will cover the information you need to know about how to be an active reader. This component of the unit is due at the end of the first week by Sunday night, this post-test, and I will keep your highest score from that last post-test so long as you finish it by the due date Sunday evening. Now, this will kind of get you through week 1 of our material. And if you go back here to Blackboard, you'll see the Unit 1 discussion. Now, this discussion is not due until the second week of the unit, so essentially you'll want to make sure that you're referring back to this schedule tab right here. So you'll see that your module in My Lab was due on 8/25, and your Unit 1 discussion is due on 9/1. If you have any questions or if you feel like this is very confusing, please feel free to email me. I am always on email and ready to help and support you. We can chat on the phone if that's easier. Feel free to call my office, which is the numbers listed in the syllabus, or send me an email and set up a time that we could meet in person. I am always open to finding you wherever you need to be and helping you get through this. So I'm wishing you all the best for a great semester, and I'm really looking forward to working with you. Thanks.